Jason Statham ended this movie shouting vengeance at a guy like a Batman movie. And that's just how you know it's peak Jason Statham cinema. We are talking the brand new Jason Statham movie, Mutiny, and it's a Jason Statham film. Let's start with that. If you guys don't know who I am Ant, your casual movie reviewer. I go in with a casual mindset, I walk out with a casual mindset, and then I sit here and give you my casual and average movie review. I'm not like other movie reviewers. I'm not going to pick one little piece and tear apart a movie because of one little aspect of a film or one little film method or whatever. I go in and I give you the average fan experience. So like I said, we are talking about Jason Statham's new movie, Mutiny, and that is the new action thriller film starring none other than Jason Statham. I've said Jason Statham like 10 times in the last 10 minutes. And I think that's plenty, that's the review itself. Jason Statham is the review. This movie is a Jason Statham movie. It is high action, high adventure, high thriller. And yeah, so when I went in with this film, I didn't have a lot of expectations, and I kind of walked out with the same expectations. I'm like, okay, I see what people are talking about when it comes to a Jason Statham film. I haven't seen a lot of Jason Statham films. There's a Letterboxd review, and I'm going to try to find it so I can post it on the screen here. But when somebody on Letterboxd said Hollywood should just go ahead and make Jason Statham a movie genre, I 100% agree at this point, because how many times have I come out in this review alone and said, Jason Statham movie, Jason Statham, Jason Statham. And that's what this is. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of his movies, but I could see why they're pretty basic. I've seen The Meg. He's in that. And he does the same thing in that he does in this. It is essentially The Meg without the shark, which is fine. This movie is fun enough to keep my attention. The high action, the high violence is great. I mean, it is great. So if you don't know what Mutiny is about, it is about Cole Reed, who after witnessing his boss's murder, boards a cargo ship on a one-man crusade to avenge his boss's death, only to discover an international conspiracy. So if you enjoy action, if you enjoy Jason Statham and his movies, you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of this. I didn't know how many people actually enjoyed Jason Statham's movie and just love seeing Jason Statham kill people in the most violent way possible. This felt like a freaking Marvel movie when I was sitting in that theater, man. And let me just say that there was a lot more older people, and I don't want to say like super old, like geriatric old, like 78. Whoa, they're coming for me. Hold on. I don't want to call anybody out. Chill. But there were like 40s, 50s, 30s, you know, older than me, and even I got enjoyment out of this. So this is a film, and his films, I can imagine, are for everybody. But these older people were getting a kick out of him just murdering people and just wreaking havoc across this ship. And like I said, it felt like a freaking Marvel movie. You know, people are clapping, they're going, oh yeah, like just going crazy for Jason Statham action. And he's got the fan base. Let me just say, he's doing something right here. So let's talk about the pros in this movie. Jason Statham is Jason Stathaming. He is, giving that nice, you talking to me, that kind of gravelly Jason Statham voice. He's doing the damn thing with this. His action is great. Like, the fight scenes in this movie, like, if I saw Jason Statham in public, I don't think I'd pick a fight with him, just because the amount of action scenes that he's done in all his movies. I know acting and real fighting is a lot different, but Jason Statham could probably whoop your ass. I'm just saying, the action scenes in this film are fantastic. Some of the kill scenes are crazy. Yeah, like, and honestly, for a pro, this movie is short. It's an hour and a half, and I feel like that's a lot of his movies are an hour and a half, and that's perfect for a film like this. So I feel like that's a pro. Like, this is the perfect length for a movie like this. But yeah, Jason Statham is Jason Stathaming. Let's talk about the cons. This is a mid movie. Like, it's a basic action movie. Like, if you've seen one Jason Statham movie, you've seen them all, and I haven't even seen that many. Like I said, I watched The Meg. I've seen this. I haven't seen The Beekeeper, but apparently that's really good, so I need to go watch that now. But yeah, like, so all the reviews are like, this is just another Jason Statham movie, and that's fair. I could see where you get that. but that's not a bad thing. I think it's fine. It's just a very basic action thriller movie. It's a lot like, other action movies. There's not a lot of plot. There's not a lot of story. There's not a lot of high, something we haven't seen before. It's very cut and dry. Somebody dies, he gets revenge, and it's just like high action, high killing, and that's all it is, and that's fine. Honestly, I don't even know if I should touch on the did the cast have fun question like I normally do, because I think Jason Statham has a blast doing these movies. I think he does, seriously. I don't think there's much to these movies, and he's putting out 1 to 2 of these a year. He's going crazy. This man jumps from one Jason Statham movie to the next, and he's killing it. Like these movies. Actually, to be fair, like these movies this movie in particular had like some crazy advertising and promotionals. Like there was a whole like setup somewhere. I don't know if it was in LA or New York, something like that, of just like a fight scene, like ninjas or something. Like that's cool. I think that's cool. So maybe the cast did have fun promoting this movie. But yeah, like, I don't really know how to touch on this. Jason Statham had a time, I can tell you that, because he's probably on his next, film crew right now, filming the next Mutiny type movie. So the standout moment of the film. Now, I'm going to change the way I do the standout moment of this film, because usually I choose a standout moment that brings the film to a high, crazier place, a way crazier place to take the story. Like I said, this is a very basic movie. There's not a lot of plot or story to it, but the standout moment of this film is going to be just one of the coolest kills, and one that the audience had a good time, because this is when they were like the most audible. So yeah, that's going to be our standout moment of this film. It's just going to be like the craziest kill and just craziest high action scene of this film. So with that being said, the craziest standout moment, kill, action scene of this film is when he's in the staircase. The captain is coming after him. The one other pirate guy is coming after him. And you got the whole crew coming after him in the staircase. He's got his pistol, a knife. He finally kills a guy, gets a MP5 or whatever, and he's just taking people out. And, he runs out of bullets. Now he's just got this gun that's empty and a knife, and he's just fighting the crap out of people. And he fights this one guy, and I can't remember if he, like, knocks him over with the door or something, but it was like really fast paced. He like hits him with the door, takes him down, and like slams the door on his head, and his neck like breaks, crazy, and the audience was just like, yeah, like dude, the Jason Statham fans had a blast in this scene because they were super loud, and this wasn't even like a packed theater. Like half the theater was empty, and those 10 to 20 people in that theater were going crazy. So let's talk about, I can't even make this review without laughing just because it's a Jason Statham movie. But let's talk about Ant's 3 big questions. Would I watch it again? Would I recommend it? And is it going to be better on streaming or in theaters? Which I feel like you guys could probably figure out what the answer to that question is going to be. But let's talk about it. So would I watch it again? I probably would watch this again. I mean, it's just fine. It's just something you could put on the background while you're doing other things and just having a good time or whatever. Just having a movie on the background or just filling some empty space. Or even if you're just watching it, it's a solid movie. It's just very basic. Would I recommend it? I probably would recommend this to my dad. He would probably love this. I would probably recommend this to my brother or my grandpa. They would love this. The women, unless you're going out, which to be fair, there were a lot of women in this theater. But this feels like a very masculine movie. They're coming for me. But no, like this feels like something I could recommend to the men in my life, not the women. My girlfriend would not have a good time with this. My mom might. Honestly, my sister might. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong because my sister loves The Meg. And I think she loves that just because it's a shark movie. But maybe I'll recommend this to her. Who knows? I'll definitely recommend it to the men in my life, though, for sure, because they'll enjoy this. Now, is this going to be better on streaming or in theaters? It's a time in the theater, especially if you got a packed theater like me. The experience is fun, just having these, crazy people yelling, yeah, when somebody breaks his neck on a door. But this is not a movie that you need to go and watch on the big screen. It's fine. I love watching movies on the big screen, so I'll watch anything. You can put a freaking Barney episode on the big screen, and I'll have a good time. I just love watching stuff on the big screen. But this is definitely something you could get more enjoyment at home. It's not something you need to pay that exponentially high ticket price to go see in a theater. So with all that being said, I gave this film a 3-star review because it is a very basic movie, but it is high action, high violence, high fun. You can get some fun out of this, but it is a very basic Jason Statham movie. So I want to thank you guys for coming around to another movie review. I might do some more Jason Statham movie reviews, just like ones that have come out, because shoot, this was actually kind of fun. I actually kind of sat and enjoyed this. And honestly, this is probably one of the most fun reviews I've ever had recording, just because I could crack jokes about a Jason Statham movie, especially that Letterboxd review. Jason Statham should absolutely be a genre on movies now. But with that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the next movie review. Check out the links below, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.